what is going on? What's going on? What's going on? What is going on? What's happening out there in the social media, Facebook world? I hope everybody's doing good. In the YouTube world, what's happening? All my YouTube folks, what's going on out there? What is happening? What's happening? What's happening? I am here and I'm ready to drop some knowledge on you, to drop some information on you, to change your life forever. This is going to be good. And we're about to get into something on the abundance factor. I'm about to switch seats so I can be a little bit higher so you can see me a little bit better. Boom, there we go. All right. Yes, there we go. Live on the air. We had to go ahead and make a quick switch right there, live on air. What is happening, everybody, on the abundance factor? You welcome. Let me say this. Welcome to the abundance factor. Hey, Elder Linda, how is it going? How's it going? How's it going? Listen, as you come in, I need you to go ahead and like this up. Go ahead and share this. Go ahead and let somebody know that we are live in action on the abundance factor. My goal is to help those that are kingdom-minded, entrepreneurs, leaders, influencers, take your life to the next level and really become everything that God's created you to become your created design and make a huge impact and a huge mark on your culture and on your generation. So how's everybody doing? I hope that you are having a wonderful, wonderful day. When you get in, what I need you. Let me know where you're watching from. There we go. I think I'm back on sound here. But let me know where you're watching from. Let me know what city, what state, what country are you watching the abundance factor from? Again, welcome to the abundance factor. I need you to do something else for me. I need you to go ahead and hit that heart button. Heart this up and like it up, and go ahead and hit that share button and let somebody know that we're live. Let somebody know that we're on. Let somebody know that we are ready. And this, I'm telling you, because this session, what's up, OKC? Kelly in the house. I see Charity in the house. What's up? Listen, we will let somebody know. Let somebody know we're live, because tonight's session is going to be absolutely mind-blowing. It's going to be mind-blowing. As a matter of fact, this session is like the one that could literally take your life. I'm talking about your financial life to a whole nother place that you could never imagine. Midwest City, Elder Linda's in Midwest City. All right. So if you like, when you're logging on, if you are ready to, because I'm going to show you something, that a financial strategy that I learned that's a game changer. It's the game changer. And I just need to know if you're ready for it. If you're ready for that, I need you to go ahead and put in the comments, me. Just put in comments, me. Put like me. If you're ready to learn a financial principle strategy that can change the game for you, I need you to type in the comments, me. Type me. I need to learn this. I need to learn this. And tonight's session is for those that are not afraid to have money conversations. I see you, Elder Linda. She said, me. You're not afraid to have money. I'm talking about big money conversations. I'm not talking about little money conversations. I'm talking about big money conversations. And that's what we're going to talk about. That's what the abundance factor is about, because I've made up in my mind that I am over seeing born again, blood bought, fire baptized believers in Jesus who have faith to move mountains, but our finances are all jacked up. Our finances. The Bible says that we can't serve two masters. Either will love the one and hate the other. You cannot serve mammon and money. And the problem don't. All right. And the reason my internet's active, we're gonna keep going. My internet is trying. We're gonna. I can still hear. I should be back on. If you can see me, hear me, just say I got it. Say I can hear you. Say something. Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me. See, my internet's active. like flipping on and off. So can you hear me? Can you see me? No, just say yes or wave your hand and they like you really care. Say something if you can hear me, and then we're gonna jump right back in this. Can you hear me? Can you see? Can anybody hear me? Can you see me? Yeah, there's Tammy. What's going on? All right, it's breaking up. All right, let's see what's going on here. I'm breaking up. All right, hold on. Okay, Quaisha said, okay, yes, I can hear you. Okay, all right, we're gonna try to keep going here. I don't know what is happening with my internet, but something is happening with the internet. But we're gonna get this out because this word we have to get this out. We have to get this out. All right, Pastor Pat, I see you. We have to get this out because what I was saying is I am in a place now that I'm over, and I mean over, seeing people who are saved, sanctified, filled with the Holy Ghost, that with fire, all the stuff we say in church, but have not taken control of your money. We haven't taken control of our money. And I was talking about money, serving money. In other words, serving money, or money being the master, meaning that I have to ask money for permission to do anything. So if I'm going to buy something, I have to ask money, can I buy you? Can I buy this? Because I got to see if I have enough. But we serve a God of a system called more than enough. Glory to God. And so we're never in a place. God never desires for us to be in a place where we don't have enough. We are in a kingdom of more than enough. And so we have to begin to have a thought process and an understanding of how we're going to get to the more than enough. How we're going to get to having the abundance. Jesus says, I have come that they may have life and have it more abundantly. How do we get that? I believe this, that we've come into a revelation of grace. We've come into a revelation of new covenant. We're coming to this revelation of the finished work of Jesus. I believe that the next piece of this for the body of Christ is coming into the revelation of how to obtain wealth, how to obtain abundance, how to walk out in financial freedom, not financial peace, but financial freedom. There are two different things, not financial peace, but financial freedom. So what I'm going to give you tonight, what I'm going to show you tonight, if you grasp this and begin to lean into this concept, it could change your life quicker than you could ever imagine. I'm telling you now, it could change your life faster than you could ever think of. So let's go to work. Let's go to work. I have you on. I have 10 people on right now. Let's keep building it up. I need you to share this, like this. This is going to help somebody. This is going to change generations. I'm telling you, this is going to change generations. So let's go to work. So in scripture, in the book of Genesis, you know, I speak out of the book of Genesis all the time. In the book of Genesis, chapter 1, there is what's called the law of polarity. Now, we are having a conversation about financial freedom today. So there's what's called the law of polarity. The law of polarity simply means this, that if one thing exists, there must be an opposite of that thing. So in other words, if, let's just go to the book of Genesis again, Genesis chapter 1, God says there's light, or there was darkness. So God said, let there be light. There's the polarity. There is day, there's night. There's the polarity. There's water and there's dry ground. There's the polarity. There's heaven, there's earth. There's the polarity. There's seed time and there's harvest. There's the polarity, or sowing and harvest, sowing and reaping. There's the polarity. There's east, there's west, there's north, there's south. There is polarity. So God creates whatever is created. There is polarity in that creation. I want you to hear me, because this is the game changer. This is going to change the game for you. There is an opposite to that. There's good, there's bad, there's good, there's evil. There has to be a polar opposite of everything that is created. There's a front, there is a back, there's up, there's down. There has to be a polar opposite. I hope you get this. When God created man, he then turned around and created woman, the polar opposite of man. Why? Because the thing that is opposite, the opposites work together to push something forward, or to move something, or to multiply, or to subdue, or to influence, right? So there has to be a polar opposite. We're going to build a case, so just walk with me right here. So there has to be a polar opposite. Now, if you remember, or maybe you have messed with magnets or played with magnets lately or dealt with a magnet, if you realize and remember, on the magnet, there's always a positive side and there's a negative side. The positive, you can never put the positive and positive together, or the negative and negative together. You always have the polar opposites, the polarity. There is polarity in everything that is created. Everything that's created, there's polarity. So the reason this is important, and the reason why this is one of the most important financial lessons that I have ever learned in the entirety of my life, is because when I realized that in creation, God created everything with a polar opposite. In order for the earth to function properly, there is a coming out of darkness into light. There is the opposite that has to happen. If there's belief, there's doubt. When I learned this concept, I began to realize that every created thing, even if it was created by humanity, has a polar opposite. So what that means is that if there is a kingdom of darkness, there has to be a kingdom of light. Which means then, if there is an economy, a world's economy, there then has to be a polar opposite, a kingdom economy. Oh, let me say that again. I want you to get this. This is very important. If there is a world's economy, then there has to be a kingdom economy. Now, the reason this conversation is so important, because right now we are coming into the world. Let me say it this way: the world is coming into a recession. America is coming into a recession. The economy and the economists are saying there is a recession that the world is coming into. So what you have to understand then is that if there is a system in place, there has to be a polar opposite. Listen to me. So Jesus said it this way: they, talking about the disciples, and we are included in that in John chapter 17, they are in this world, but they are not of this world. Jesus said, just as I was not of, am not, this is not, just as I am not of this world. So if that's the case, that means that there is a world system that you can function in, or there is a polar opposite world that you can function in. There is a mode of operation that you can function in, or there is a polar opposite that you can function in. So then the question becomes, what system are you functioning in? Now, so for everything, there's a front and the back. So let's look at this. So I have this card here. There's the front of the card and there is the back of the card. So that means I can read the front, or I can flip it over and read the back. All right. There's nothing on the back, but just hear the principle, right? I can read the front. That's one set of information, or flip it over and there's another set of information on the back. Now, this is important for your finances, for your money, because there is a economic system that you can function in where right now you are afraid of gas prices, you're afraid of milk prices, you're afraid of bread prices, you're afraid of cereal prices, you're afraid of rent and mortgage prices, you're afraid of all these types of things. There's one side of the polarity where you're afraid of everything, right? Because you're looking at what the news and the economists are saying. Or you can flip the order, flip the script, turn the thing over, and there is a whole different word, a whole different message that you can live by. My goodness, are you with me? I hope y'all are getting this so far. So the law of polarity means there is a completely polar opposite. So what I want you to understand is that when the system of the world was put in place, the world's economy was put in place, there had to be something else that we can function in, right? There had to be something else we can function in. Now, I want you to get this point. Whatever system you function in, you will get what that system has to offer. So your life then will only go to the level of the principle or the law or the system you choose to function in. Now get this, it's important. I'm gonna say this again. You can only get out of the system that you operate in. You can only get out of that system what that system can give you. So if you function in the world economy and you function the way the world's economy has set up for you to function, you will only get what that world system can bring you. My goodness. So therefore, hear me. I'm ready. I'm going in. We getting. I'm building this case, y'all. Therefore, I want you to hear this. Therefore, that system is set up to put you in a position that when gas goes up, you get afraid. Okay? When the grocery store prices go up, you get afraid. That is the system that is set up. That's how the system works. Do you hear me? If you hear what I'm saying, just type I hear you. If you hear what I'm saying, type I hear you in the comments. Type I hear you in the comments. Now, listen, we were not designed to function in a limited system. Hear me. We were not designed. All right, listen to me. All right, I see. We were not designed to function in a limited system. We were not designed to function in a system that can only take us so far. We were designed to function in a system that has no barriers, that has no limits, that has no boundaries in terms of what you can accomplish. You have so much on the inside of you. You have so much ability on the inside of you that has not been tapped into yet. But if you function in the wrong system, then you will be subject to that system. Now, here's what I want you to understand. I want you to hear what I'm saying. This is some of the most important stuff that I've ever discovered in the entirety of my life that is literally changing my wife and I. It's changing our economic structure. It is changing everything. Here's what you got to understand. That when a system is put in place and in motion, and there's a polar opposite, that system will not change. I want you to catch this. That system will not change. Now, what happens is, because we don't understand there's a polar opposite, we start fighting for the system that we're in to change. So we start saying things like raise minimum wage, raise the salaries, raise this, give us more stimulus checks, give us more tax breaks. We say all these types of things. But you have to understand, now this is going to get heavy. I hope y'all with me. I hope you're tracking with me. What you have to understand is that that system is not going to change. It is not designed to change. So if they go from $7 minimum wage to $14 or $18, then they raise prices to match it because the system is not designed to change. Get this today. This is going to be so incredible. The system does not even want to change. It's not supposed to change. Like we are stressing and arguing about something that is irrelevant. Like trying to get the system to change is irrelevant. I know this is tough. I know. I get it. Trying to get the system to change is irrelevant. That's an irrelevant argument. When are they going to raise this? All right, I'm back with my computer or internet. Y'all, my internet. Pray for my internet. Let me make sure is trying to connect my computer internet. Let me know because my computer. So let me know. Say I'm with you. Say I'm with you. If you can hear me, say I'm with you. Oh, wow. We're back. I think we're back. I completely lost everything. So, hey, when you jump back on, just say I'm back. Just say I'm back. I'm going to give it just a couple of seconds for you to jump back on here. I don't know what is going on with my internet. I don't know what happened with my internet, but we reset it and let's see what we get. So when you jump back on, say I'm back on. You're right. The devil is a liar. Come on, somebody. All right. Yeah, but it's all good. It's all good. I had several folks on. I see you jumping back on. When you get back in, say I'm back. Say I'm back. I'm back. Come on, come on. Get back in here and say I'm back. I'm gonna text somebody you know was on. I don't know. Inbox them. Let them know we're back. All right. Kelly said I never left. All right. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I'm telling you, what this information, the enemy trying to keep it from you. You know, we can blame the enemy on it for everything. It's the enemy's fault. It's the enemy's fault. It's probably that Cox Communications fault. I just upgraded my internet and it's still acting up. So let's jump back on. When you're back in here, just say I'm back. I'm back, and we're gonna get back on this thing and get right back to business. So while everybody's jumping on, just to make sure that we that you're with me. Remember, we're talking about the law of polarity. For everything that exists, there is a polar opposite: good, bad, up, down, left, right. There's a polar opposite for everything that exists. So now we are dealing with the opposite of the economic system of the world. So what we've discovered so far is that the economic system of the world will not change. This is where we were at just a second ago. So as you jump back in, make sure you jump back in and say something. Let me know you're back. So the economic system of the world will not change. That's what we discovered earlier, as we talked about. It's going to be what it's going to be. So fighting to get it to change. I'm talking about the economic system, fighting for higher wages, fighting for better whatever the thing gives. Fighting for that, you have to understand that it's not designed to change. However, there is a polar opposite. That's what's important to understand. So whenever you are working a system, this was important. We talked about this before the internet tried to rob us of this word. Before, so whatever system you are in, that is the system you are subject to. Whatever system, let me say it this way, you function in, that is the system you are subject to. Again, Jesus said, he said, you are in this world, but you are not of this world. Jesus said, you're in this world, but you're not of this world, meaning that you're in the world, but there is a polar opposite system that you can function in. There's a polar opposite system that you can use the principles in that system, which will put you at a different level and a different place than that system. So now, whatever system you function in, that is a system you are subject to. Now, I want you to hear what I'm going to say. When I started thinking about this, I was driving today and I was thinking about what I would talk about abundance factor, and something hit me that is the game changer for our finances. When we talk about the polar opposite, the polarity, we'll talk about the system. God began to show me the system or the principle of gravity. And God asked me a question. Said, will gravity ever change? I said, no, sir. Gravity will never change. Gravity was put into the fabric of creation. It is not designed to change. So God says, so whatever you do, gravity will never change. I said, no, you're right. I said, you're God. You created gravity. Of course, you know the answer to this. Gravity will not change. He said, the world system is the same way. It will not change. So if you function in the gravitational pull, you have to understand that you're always going to stay in the position you're in. So you can never, in other words, you can never rise up. You're always going to be on the ground. That's the gravitational pull. You cannot change it. You cannot vote it out. You cannot, there's nothing you can do to change it. I said, God, you cannot change the gravitational pull. He said, you can't unless. I said, wait a minute, what do you mean? Unless. He said, unless you discover the polar opposite. Wait, what do you mean? He says, okay, so there is gravity but or there's a law of gravity, but the polar opposite is the law of lift. Let me say that again, because it's going to change your money. I'm having a financial conversation with you. We're not talking about financial peace. We're talking about financial freedom. So he says, listen, yes, the law of gravity does not change unless it's still gravity doesn't change, but there's a polar opposite called the law of lift. So you are subject to gravity until you activate the law of lift. Let me say this again. I'm going to go slow because I want you to grab what I'm about to tell you. He said, you are subject. This is what God was telling. I'm driving. He said, you are subject to the law of gravity until the law of lift is activated. Whoa, which means you are subject to the system, the economic system of the world, and it's not going to change until, wait a minute. Whoa, you are subject to the system and the economy of the system. You're subject to the job market. You're subject to the stock market. You're subject to all of whatever market is out. You're subject to it until. I need somebody to put in the comments until. Just put in the comments until. Put in the comments until. That's all I want you to say. Just say until. You are subject to only what it can give you until. And there is a cap on that system. I see you. Yes, I see you. Felicia, yes, you are subject until. And so there is a cap on that system until. Woo, God help me. There's a cap on that system. You are capped out until. Now, let me give you some interesting statistical information right here. This is going to be just for you, just for your knowledge, just so you know, just so you can know how this works, just so you can know how this works. Now, watch this. So the system of the world, I'm going to give you the top, because I want to show you that there is a limit. There's a limit with the system of the world. There's a limit in how the system of the world functions. Let me show it to you. Now, here it is. I'm going to give you the top five salaries in America, the top 5 salaries in this system, because I want you to see the cap. The top 5 salaries in this system. Here we go. Number 5. Now, there's 25 I'm looking at, but I'm only going to give you 5 for time's sake. This is Investopedia. The top 5. Number 5 is an orthodontist. $267,000. So my orthodontist friends, you're doing great. Good job. You're killing it. $267,000. Number 4, I'm going somewhere with this. Walk with me. Number 4 is $294,000. That's the top salary. It's a surgeon. $294,000. Number 3 is a gynecologist. Okay, $296,000. All right, killing the game. That's in that system. Number 2 is a oral maxillofacial surgeon, $311,000. The number 1 salary in America right now is an anesthesiologist at $331,190. That is the top salary. Now, when I say salary, I'm not talking about business. I'm not talking about entrepreneur. I'm not talking about sales. I'm talking about salary, hired by someone to make a salary. So in other words, that is the cap on the system. That is the cap on the system. So the highest that you will make functioning in that system is $331,000 and $331,000 a year. That is the cap. Now, some of you say that would be incredible. Here is the challenge. All right. So now we're about to turn the page over. We've been reading this page, right? This is actually a cool page. This is the Master Storyteller Manifesto. It's really cool. But we're going to turn the page, flip it over, because there is a polar opposite that says there is no cap. Whoo, my goodness. Are you with me? I hope y'all catching this. There is a polar opposite that says there is no cap. There is no cap on what you can do. Like $300,000 is nothing. That you can do more than that, because there is a polar opposite of the economy that has no cap. Somebody say no cap. I know that means a whole lot of different things in our society now, but somebody type in the comments, no cap, no limit. Somebody type it in the comments, no cap, no limit. Type in the comments, no cap, no limit. I need you to type that in the comments. So what I'm saying, I told y'all this is the abundance factor. We're talking about money on the abundance factor. No cap, no limit. Somebody type it. I see y'all in the comments. I see you, Tammy. I see you, Linda. I see you, Felicia. I see you, Ciante. Yes, no cap. Somebody say no cap. There is a system. There is a polar opposite. Now, this is where your mindset now has to be expanded. That's what I'm doing. I'm expanding your mind, okay? I'm expanding your mind. Yes, I see you, Nicole. I see you. Yes, LaQuasia, I see you. We're expanding the mind now because what we have been taught is that this system over here is the system that we have to function in. That's what we've been taught. We were taught that and all the way through school. We were taught that growing up, if you just do this, get a good job, get to retirement, you'd have made it. You are doing the thing. Oh man, if you can just work for this amount of time and 30 years and then finally get your retirement pin and your retirement check or whatever, then you have made it. But there is a cap. And as a matter of fact, those of you that retire, you know this, once you retire, they cut your income. They cut the income that they told you was the dream. That's what the system, oh God, I hope y'all catch me. They cut the income that they told you, they told us was the dream. This is the American dream. If you can do this. But then when we fulfill the dream, they cut the income. That's the system. But I'm going to say this again, until you learn the polar opposite, until you realize that there is another way that is better. There is another way that has no cap. There's another way that has no limit. There's another way that does not put a roof over what you can do, because God did not create you like that. Do y'all hear me in this house? God did not create you to stop at a certain point. God did not create you for that. God did not create God did not create you to be limited. He did not create you to be confined. He did not create you to have a number attached to you of this is how much you can do. There is nothing in you that is created that way. Are you hearing what I'm saying? There's nothing in you. There's nothing in me. There's nothing in us that's created to have a cap on our lives. Nothing in us. But because we were conditioned to be capped, we thought that was the cap. That's all we can do, right? So let's keep going. If you want me to keep going with this, if you want me to keep going and just jump even deeper in the water, just say jump. I just need to type jump in the comments. If you need me to, just keep going and jump in the water. We may go a little longer because of the internet issue. If you just need me to, if you're ready, and like if you're not ready, then I don't know, log off or something. But if you're ready to go deeper, just put, there we go. I see you, Felicia. Yeah. Somebody just say jump. Come on. Oh, there we go. Okay. I'm getting some vote. Y'all, okay, y'all ready to jump. Y'all ready to go. Y'all are ready to go. So now, I'm just gonna give you one principle on the other side, on the polar opposite. One principle on the polar opposite that can change your life. One principle that will be the game changer. One principle that will be the thing that will just, oh my God, this thing right here. So let's talk about it. Now, here's the one principle. And then I'm going to give you my ease, the ease to prosperity, the letter E to prosperity. Now watch. Now, so this is one principle that's polar opposite. In the economy of the world, money is attached to time. Let me say this again. This is the game. Like this. Oh my goodness. In the economy of the world, money is attached to time. In the economy of the world, the cap economy, money is attached to time. Right? That's the world system. Okay, so you work 8 hours and they pay you per hour. Whatever the hour is, whatever they feel like the value of that hour, they pay that hour. Are you with me so far? I'm giving you one principle. I can't give you the whole thing tonight. I can only give you one principle. And here, so money is attached to time. This is in the economy of the world. It's attached to time. How many hours are you going to work? You're going to work 8 hours. You're going to work 10 hours. Well, based on that, we're going to pay you X amount of dollars. Now, let me be transparent and real. I went through a major financial crash. I've done it twice. It's happened twice. This was last year. I'm not talking about listen, I want y'all to hear me. I'm not talking about 5 years ago. I'm talking about the crash of last year. a major financial crash last year, lost thousands of dollars. It's major. And I said, I got to do something. I got desperate. Here's a point I want to make to you. Don't ever do anything out of desperation. Don't ever do anything out of desperation. Hear me, believers. Hear me, people. Don't do anything out of desperation. That's a key point right there. Don't do anything out of desperation. But I got desperate. I got desperate because I'm thinking, okay, God, you said this, but this is happening. What's happening, God? Have y'all ever been there before where you like, okay, God, I just obeyed you, but this ain't working out, and this, and I'm losing money, but I obeyed you. It was happening, God. And so that's what happened to me. Y'all know. And so I got desperate, and I went to a delivery job. I said, you know what? And I don't do hourly jobs, but I did because I was desperate. So I was like, I got to do something today. And I went to an hourly job. Now, it was a delivery job. Now, I'm not going to say the company, but it was a delivery job. So I'm delivering packages all over the city, all over the place. And big packages. I'm jumping out the truck, and I'm running to the door, and I'm running back in, and I'm going out the deep country in Oklahoma where places I didn't even know existed. And I'm getting chased by dogs, and all kinds of, it's the craziest thing ever. And all this stuff, I'm falling in ditches, and the truck got stuck in a big creek thing one day, and I was out in the middle of nowhere. It's like one house out there, and it was in all these trees, and it was getting dark, and the truck got stuck, and I'm stuck out there in the middle of nowhere, no phone service. And some random guy, like I'm telling y'all my story, this was like last year, y'all. Some random guy comes out of some random structure. I don't even know what this thing was. It was some random structure. And he said, would you like me to help you? I don't know who this guy was. I didn't know. I was like, okay, I'm on guard. I'm martial artist. I'm black belt. I'm on guard. I had my knife and my stuff. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. But I was on guard. And I was like, if you can get me out this thing, that would be great, because I'm stuck. And he says, well, let me drive the truck and I'll get you out. And I said, I ain't got nothing else to lose. You might as well, if you take the truck, you just take the truck. I ain't going nowhere anyway. So he gets me out, and I get out of the place, and I finally make it to a gas station. And I sat in there, and I had this was about an hour. It was about an hour of trying to get through this little place, these creeks. Oklahoma got some weird places, y'all. I didn't even know. And it was about an hour driving, an hour of delivery. And I sat back in my truck that I was in at the time. And I thought about it. I said, I just got stuck. I just had to throw packages. I got chased by a dog. I did all this. And I said, and I just only made $16 for that hour. Now it blew my mind. Like, it blew my mind. I said, I just did all of that and only got $16.90. $16.90. It took me about 45 minutes to get back to the warehouse. I came back to the warehouse. I grabbed the key, and I told the people, I am not coming back. I'm not coming back to this place ever again, because I am not doing all of that stuff, putting all my energy and all my time for $16. No, we can't do that. The world, I hope y'all catching me. The world's economy bases time. It's time equals money. We hear that time equals money. Time equals money. That is a system that the world puts in place to make you feel like you're getting something for your time. However, Myron Golden taught me this: time is infinitely more powerful than money, or more valuable than money. Time is more valuable than money. I hope you catch that. Time is more valuable than money. Infinitely more valuable than money. Infinitely. I see y'all laughing at me. Don't laugh at the pastor. Come on. Time is infinitely more valuable than money. So what I began to realize, because I was learning this, my mind is being expanded. What I began to realize is that I was giving up. Listen, I gave up. Check this out. I gave up 1 hour of my life that I can never get back for $16. I want y'all to consider this. I'm on my way somewhere. We working. I want y'all to consider that. Listen to me. I gave up 1 hour of my life that I will never get back. I can never recover that hour of my life, and I actually worked, it was actually a 10-hour shift. So if I really break it down, for that 10-hour shift, and for 10 hours, let me break it down there, for 10 hours of my life, of my day that I can never get back, I got $160 for something that I can never get back. Oh my gosh, when y'all think about this, I want y'all to consider this. I'm just saying, consider it. Just consider the system and how it works. 10 hours of my life that will never, I mean, like, I can't do anything about it. Nothing. I can't do anything about it. It will never come back. 10 hours of my life, and they gave me $160. All right. So here is, are y'all ready to understand what the polar opposite is? Somebody say, I need to know what the opposite of this is. Somebody say it. Somebody put it in the comments. Put it in the comments. Come on. Put it in the comments. Put it in. Oh, yeah, Ciante, it's heavy. When you think of it like that, I sat in that truck, and I contemplated, and I thought about it, and I wasn't even finished. Y'all, let me be clear. I wasn't even finished with the day at this point. I wasn't even finished. It was the Lord alone. I wasn't even finished. I just sat in that truck, and I contemplated, and I thought about it, and I looked at it, and I was like, and it was still, the truck was still, because this is what they call peak season, and the truck was still full. And I still have more packages that I have to come and get. Still more stuff. I looked at it. I looked at the packages. I said, I'm coming to the warehouse, and I'm giving your truck back. I'm giving your keys back, and I'm not coming back. They thought I was joking. Like they thought I was joking. So they laughed, and they were like, oh, it's going to be all right. I know you hurt your leg, whatever. You're going to be good. You're going to be good. You'll be back tomorrow, and you'll be good to go. I said, no. I'm not coming back. This is not, I'm coming back tomorrow. I'm not coming back ever again. Like, ever again. Okay, so here's what you got to understand. So let's get it. You need to know. So here's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the polar opposite. What is the economic system that works better than the system that we're in? What is the economic system that has in 12 months has radically, like, no, let me tell you, radically changed our life to the point that now what I made in a month over there, I make in 45 minutes. Like, this is not hype. I'm not joking. What I made in a month delivering packages, I'm making 45 minutes right now. 45 minutes. I mean, sometimes 2 months. Sometimes what I made in 2 months delivering packages, I'm making 45 minutes to an hour. Okay, now here we go. So this leads to this next thing. So money, oh gosh, money is not about time. It's about speed. Oh God, this is the game changer. This is the polar opposite. So in the system of the world, it's about time, how long it takes. The polar opposite system is not about time, it's about speed, how fast you can make it. Now, so okay, again, let me back up. This is mind-blowing, y'all. This is mind-blowing. This will blow your mind. This is mind-blowing, y'all. This is mind-blowing. I'm giving you a masterclass right now for free. You're getting a masterclass. Money is not about time, it's about speed. So if you really want to change your financial system, stop looking at how to make more money with time and start learning how to make more money with speed. Oh my goodness. Oh gosh. Okay. Okay, I'm a martial artist. Everybody knows I'm a 7th degree black belt. So when I train my students, we have what we call closing the gap. So your opponent's over here and you're over here. The one that's going to win this fight and score the most points is the one that can close the gap the quickest. So we're always saying speed is what you need. Here's what I'm telling you. If you want to go from now, if you want financial peace, you do it with time. Because financial peace tells you, and I know we do the financial peace stuff and people do that. But what I'm telling you is financial peace tells you don't drink coffee. Don't go to Starbucks. Just stay away from Starbucks. Stay away from the grocery store or whatever. Don't do this. Don't do that. Don't do that. So that's what financial peace does. But financial freedom says we're going to increase our speed of how we attract the money. Okay. God, is this too much? Are y'all with me, or you want me to stop, or is this too much? Y'all got to let me know. Let me know if this is too much. Now, here's what I mean. Everyone on here who has worked for a significant amount of time, many of you on here have made $1 million. I'm about to show you. This is mind blowing. Now, this part, Myron going to taught us this. Now, so I got to show it to you. Many of us have made $1 million. Okay, how do I figure that out? This is how I figured it out. So let's say the average income, I'm talking about in Oklahoma. So wherever state or country, wherever you are, this will be different for you. So you just find your average. The average income in Oklahoma is about $45,000 a year. 45,000 is average, okay? That's average. It could go up to 70, 45. So we're going to stay right there about the 45. Just many of y'all make more than that. You may make less than that. But let's just say 45,000. 45,000 a year, okay? Times 30 years is 1,300,000. Let me do it on my other phone here. Let me do it on my phone. No, it's $1,350,000. So what I'm saying is, if you worked for 40 years at 45,000, or for 30 years at $45,000 a year, you made $1,350,000. Did y'all catch that? However, it took you 30 years to make it. Somebody say, I see. Come on, just put on there, I see. Come on, put on there, I see. Put on there, I see. This is a masterclass, y'all. This is a masterclass. You can get insane. You can break through so many different barriers just by getting this one concept called, Elder Linda put in there, closing the gap. Or we're going to call it collapsing time. Oh, yeah, I see. Oh, yeah, Maria said, wow, I see. Let me go. Let me do it on my phone. I like doing it on my phone. So 45,000, all right, times 30. Yeah, $1,350,000 in 30 years. So if you work the 30 years, you have made the $1 million. The problem is you made it too slow. So therefore, hear me. God, hear me. Therefore, you don't even know you made $1 million. Like those of you that have been working for 30 years, for 20, 30, 25, 30 years, you don't realize you actually made $1 million. You made $1 million, but because the system told you that you had to do it in 30 years, you never got to see the money. Whew, oh God. Oh my God. Because oh my God, this is too much. Okay. Oh God. Do I need to keep going? I don't know. Because the system said that the goal is to get to retirement. The goal is to work this 30 years for 45,000. We can go higher than that. It doesn't matter, whatever number you put there. The system told you that. And the reality of it is, by the end of that 30 years, most people are barely getting by, even though you made $1 million. So, my God, ain't that right? Ain't that something? Ain't that crazy? Like I'm letting you ponder. I'm letting you think about the system, because now we're talking about the polar. We're getting into the polar opposite now. We're getting into we're changing the game now. So therefore, money cannot be measured with time. It cannot be a time thing. It has to be a speed thing. So I have to speed up the rate at which I receive the money. So if whatever I make in a month, I have to figure out the strategy, the insight, the foresight, the prophetic, whatever it is, I don't know, the wisdom to turn that monthly income into weekly income. Now, somebody told me when I say this kind of stuff, it's just too much for people to understand, and I probably shouldn't go this deep. But I said, no, I've got to expand people's mind. I've got to expand the mind of people, right? Because what happens is, those of you that are entrepreneurs, what you do is when someone says, how much is your service? You tie it to a time. Well, I'm going to do this for 1 hour. Well, it doesn't matter how long you do it. The question is not how many hours you're going to do. The question is, what is the value that you're bringing to the table? What is the value that you're bringing to so if you're bringing value, time doesn't matter. Did y'all hear me? If you're bringing, did y'all hear what I just said? If you're bringing value, time does not matter. If you're bringing value, time is irrelevant. Okay, for instance, my fence is terrible. It's been falling and all stuff for years, and it's just terrible, and I just haven't fixed it. Still haven't fixed it, except for this one piece that I'm going to talk about. But I'm getting ready to get it fixed. However, anyway, I went out there and I was working on this fence because the fence keeps falling, parts keep falling out of it. So I was working on the fence. for 6 hours. Like I was working on the fence for 6 hours. Another 6 hours I can't get back, by the way. I was working on the fence for 6 hours and still didn't get the fence fixed. Still, I was still struggling because I couldn't hold the post up, and then my drill wasn't working right. Like six and a half hours or so. I was working on this fence. Finally, I did what I should have did in the first place, and I called someone. And the guy comes, he looks at the fence, and he says, "I'll do that, and it'll be $1,500." I said, "Okay, how long is it going to take?" He said, "Probably taking about 45 minutes." Wait a minute. I've been working for 6.5 hours on this fence, and you're telling me you're going to come in 45 minutes and do what I couldn't do, and in 45 minutes make $1,500. Why? Because money has nothing to do with time. It has everything to do with value. What the value he had to offer me was greater than the money in my pocket. Y'all, like I'm giving you so much gold right now. Like this is, I think I'm giving y'all too much. Like so the money in my pocket, like the time was irrelevant. He said 45 minutes. Now I worked 6 hours. Now, if I had the wrong mindset, I would have said, no, hold on. 45 minutes. No. We got it. No. It took me 6 hours. It's been taking me 6 hours. Now, if you're going to get $1,500, you better work out here. It's going to take, you better take you at least 8 hours to do this. He said, give me about 45 minutes to an hour and I'll have you done. No problem. Boom. He comes out 45 minutes. It might've took him an hour. He had to go get some other parts. It may have took him an hour, but I paid him $1,500 for that hour that it took him to do that versus 6, 7, 8 hours that would took me to do it. Do you understand what I'm saying? What I'm saying is the value was more important. The value was more important than the money in my pocket, right? When we recognize this, that, listen, the value you bring to the table is more important than the time it takes you to do the thing. Then what happens is people will gladly, with no problem, give you the money in their pocket for the value you bring to the table, no matter how long it takes. Somebody let that sink in. Y'all let that sink in. Y'all let that sink. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. I need you to get that. I need you to get that. I need you to get it. All right. Let that sink in. Did y'all hear what I just said? My value is worth more than, yes, come on. Y'all get that. So here's the thing. You have to find what value can you bring to people's lives that they can't do. Like I couldn't fix the fence. So it didn't matter what I said. It didn't matter. I couldn't fix the fence. He knew that I could not fix the fence. He knew he was the solution to my problem. He knew that. He knew I'm the solution to your problem. And for me to solve your problem is going to be $1,500. Let's go. He knew that. So listen to me. What is it? Oh, I'm going to do a part 2. I got to do a part 2 next week. I got to do a part 2 next week. This is too much gold. What is it that you have that's so valuable that somebody will say, I need that because I can't do that. And I don't care how long it takes. It takes you 30 minutes. I'll pay you whatever you want. Whatever it is you need, whatever, I'll pay you because I need what you have. I need that. What is it that you have? I hope you are hearing me today, because I don't know if I can drop this information again. I'm gonna get a part 2, but I don't know if I can just drop it like this again. So I hope you're here. I'm giving you this right here is changing the game. It's changing the game for us. So in other words, what kind of result can I get this person? What kind of result can I get these people? That's what I need to know. That's what I need. What kind of result can I get these people? What kind of result can I get somebody? What kind of result can I get the marketplace? What kind of result can I get people? So then let's go back. So, and it's only one principle. I can't give you all the principles. I can't. This is one principle. One principle is closing the gap. That's the one principle. Speed is what you need. That's the one principle. So now, if it took me 30 years to make $1,350,000, what can I do to slash that time? What can I do to take that, go from 30 years to a year? Whoa. What can I do to go from 30 to a year? Now, let me give you my E's. Now, these are E's of prosperity. And we're going to get out of here. Whew. if you are getting some value out of this, I need you to put in the comments, I am getting this. Put in the comments, I'm getting this. Because we just did a full-blown masterclass just out of this world. Masterclass. And I'm telling you, and I'm about to launch a money mindset challenge. That's going to be absolutely phenomenal, crazy. And we're going to get crazy results from that 5-day challenge. It's going to get some crazy, crazy, crazy results. I see you. I'm getting it. I am getting it. Yes, I'm getting it. All right, so let's go. So let's start with our first E is evaluation. Okay, how am I going to get out of that system? How am I going to get to the polar opposite? Evaluation. You have to evaluate what system have you been functioning in. Evaluation. Sometimes this might be easy for some. What system have you been leaning into the most? Evaluate. You have to have an evaluation. There's a statement that says that an unexamined life is a life not worth living. All right. So an unexamined life is a life that's not worth living. So in other words, you have to continue to examine your life. Examine your life. The first one is evaluation. So that's the exam. I got to evaluate. Where am I? Like, what have I been doing? What have I been functioning? And have I been sitting on a gift? Have I been sitting on an ability? Have I been sitting on a product? What have I been sitting on? Right? That I have to evaluate. I did this evaluation myself. And I've been sitting like I've been quoting, like this. I can say this now because I've been working on this, but I've been quoting since COVID started. The kingdom of heaven is not in crisis. People are like, do a t-shirt. You got to do a t-shirt. This is crazy. So I was like, boom, you got to make it happen. So I was like, okay, boom. I went and got the phrase trademark. Now the trademark is done, right? Because I'm like, no, I can't sit on that no more. I got the trademark. And then I got the graphic designer came and worked on it. And we got the shirt. Y'all can't see it, but that's the shirt. The kingdom of heaven is not in crisis. Oh, we can ready to drop it on the market. Why? Because we got a message. We got a message that actually solves a problem. It solves a problem in the mindset. The kingdom of heaven is not in crisis. Oh, y'all better get your shirt. When the shirt drop, I need all y'all to order that shirt because somebody needs to know the kingdom of heaven is not in crisis. Now, we got the word trademark and we're ready to go. So now watch. So evaluation. Number 2, I talk about this all the time, is exposure. 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 You know, I talk about exposure all the time. I always say exposure expands experience. If I'm going to flip the script, if I'm going to get on the other side of the polar opposite, I have to get exposure. Now, as many of you know, I talk about this often. I remember my journey of getting exposure. Right? The journey of getting exposure when I first was, my whole mindset was, if you make, 6 figures a month, you are killing the game. Like, that's the thing. You make $100,000 a month. Woo, you doing the thing. You're killing it. Right? That was the pinnacle. And I remember getting in network marketing. I'm not promoting network marketing. I'm saying I remember getting into network marketing. And I remember sitting in a room and somebody said, yeah, I make $80,000. And I was like, oh, that's good. You're killing the game. You making $80,000 a year? Man, you're doing it. Why you doing it big? They said, no. We don't talk years here. We talk months. I make $80,000 a month. I had never in my life heard anybody say I make $80,000 a month. You know what that did? That expanded my mind. People started talking about I do $1 million in a year. And expanded my mind. Now, and more, I'm just talking about exposure. It's a game changer. Exposure is a game changer. Now, I'm in a room. My room is shifted. One room is elevated. There's some goals we hit, some things we hit. Now we've elevated in another room. We're in another room. And they ain't talking about $1 million in a year. They ain't talking about doing $1 million a year. They ain't talking about $1 million in a month. They're saying I made $1 million today. Wait. What did you just say? I made $1 million today. That's what I made today. That was my profits today. What is that doing? Expanding them out. What has happened? Speed has been activated. There's a polar opposite. The polarization. The polar opposite has been activated. A friend of mine, I was listening to him today, and he says, I did a 5-day event, and he says, I did okay on the event. He said, I did all right. It went really, really good. I did all right. He said, this is exactly how he says, I did pretty good. I made, after the 5-day event, we calculated, we made $6.5 million, 5 days. Speed is what you need. Did y'all hear me? I'm talking about exposure. He said, I did all right. We did $6.5 million in 5 days. Okay. Exposure. Number 3 is education. I'm not talking about formal education. Formal education is great. I'm doing the education thing myself. So I love it. I'm the whole doctorate and all that stuff. I'm doing all that. But I'm talking about even self-education, being able to read the books and listen to the audios. Listen, if your income, I'm going to say something that you need to hear. If your income is not 6 figures or more, you should not be binge watching anything on Netflix. Okay. Let me say that again. Okay. I'm gonna say it again. I know that one was tough. That was a tough one right there. But I'm gonna say it again. If you don't make 6 figures or more, you have no business binge watching Netflix. Like there's no reason to, because you're spending. Ciante, I see you. You're spending hours watching the show. Then next episode comes up, and you watch it go down the thing, and it's like, I've done it too. Like I done it too. You watching it go down the thing, and you be like, I'll just go and watch one more episode. Boom, and you watch that episode, and they drop that cliffhanger on you, and you're like, I gotta watch the next one. I have to. And then boom, they watch that next one, and then next thing you know, 8 hours. 8 hours has gone by. Like 8 hours has gone by, and you've watched a whole you've watched a whole series, maybe even 2 on Netflix for 8 hours, maybe the whole day. You might have spent the whole Saturday watching Netflix or whatever you watch. You spent the whole Saturday watching that, and you have to ask yourself a question: what did this do for my mental capacity? Oh, whoa! Let me ask that question again. I know we heavy today. What did that do? I watched all the series. I mean, the whole thing. I mean, I'm not, there's no condemnation. I've done it. I watched all, like when Karate Kid came out, I watched the whole, I stayed up all night long watching every episode of Karate Kid, every last one. So I get it. And I had to ask myself the same question. What did that do for my mental capacity? Whew. I could have taken that same 8 hours. My goodness. And I could have been expanding my mind. I could have been listening to someone who could educate me on this flip side, this other economy. I could have been reading a book that gave me strategy to take into the marketplace. I could have been in a seminar of some sort. I could have got on YouTube. Like there's all kind of stuff even on YouTube. And I could have been, if I'm going to binge watch, I need to binge watch something that's going to build my mind. That's going to make me wiser. Right? That's what I need to binge watch on. So that when I go have conversation with my friends and people, we ain't talking about, well, you know what happened on that Netflix special. Did y'all see that? Oh man, yeah, because that person, I couldn't believe that person died. I couldn't believe I was watching it, and I was just crying. I was crying like I was on the scene. I was just crying, like I couldn't stop crying. I could. Now you got all emotional, all hurt, and didn't expand your mind at all. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna get off of that. Let's go to the next one. Oh gosh. Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. No, I'm not really. I'm trying to help us. All right, so let's go. Environments number 4. We talk about environment a lot. What environment are you in? Okay, what environment are you in? So you have got to get into environments that promote your growth. Did you hear me? You have yeah. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry if I came in your house and talked about your life right there. I apologize. No guilt, no shame. We preach grace. No guilt, no shame, no condemnation. It's all good. We've all done it. You've got to get in the right environment, right? Oh my goodness. An emotional investment with zero return. Woo, my goodness. So yeah, you've got to get in the right environment. We are very intentional about getting in environments that's helping us become the person. Saw my sister on here. I was talking to my sister about this the other day. Helping us become the person that can do the thing. Because here's the reality. The only reason that we haven't said we did $1 million in a day is because we haven't become the person yet that can do the thing. So I keep going in the environments so that I can become the person. I hope y'all catch this, because I realize that whatever environment I'm in, that's what I'm going to become. So I keep going in environments because before you know it, whatever is in that environment is going to rub off. And before you know it, I'm going to become the person that can do the thing. I'm already becoming, like we're becoming because we're already in the environment. So things are changing. Oh, that's changing. Now that's changing. We're not worried about stuff new. That's not. So you always you always have to check your environment. Some of those environments you have to check are environments you've been in for a long time. And you have to ask yourself, is this environment helping me? Are you with me? Is it helping me become what I need to become? Yes, I can do $1 million. Yes, through Christ. That's true. That's right. Absolutely. Now listen. So are you becoming the person? So is that environment helping you become? Last one for the night. Last one is the tough one. It's called execution. Once you evaluate, you get the exposure, you get the education, you get an environment, you have to execute. Did y'all hear me? There has to be execution. In other words, you have to do the thing. You have to execute. If you don't execute, nothing's ever going to change. It's never going to change if you don't execute. You have to execute. Oh my goodness. Execution is key. So I'm going to give it to you again. Evaluation. Evaluation, exposure, education, environment, execution. These are the E's. I'm calling them the E's of prosperity. That's what they are. We would like this abundant. This show tonight, like as a matter of fact, I can probably repackage this show and put it as a evergreen product because the show is so good. I might listen, y'all were blessed because I think I'm gonna take this off the internet. I think I'm almost 100% sure I'm gonna take this off the internet in the next 3 days, and I'm gonna repackage. I'm giving y'all game. That's another game right there. I got content right there that can be repackaged and now made an evergreen product that's always digital and people can always download it. I just gave y'all some free game right there as well. So you got about 3 more days to watch this. And in 3 days, I'm taking this off the internet and we're going to repackage this. So you got 3 more days to watch because this is a masterclass. Like this is a masterclass that almost is crazy that I did it online right now. So listen, I appreciate you all for joining me today, even with all the technical difficulties when you're dealing with technology, you're gonna have some technical difficulties, but y'all came back in full force. Like y'all came back like in full force and brought people with y'all. Look at it. I'm telling y'all came back. So I appreciate you all. I hope you have an incredible night tonight. And I hope your mind is absolutely blown. I hope your mind is absolutely blown and that it pushes you into action. I can't wait to hear your testimonies, even about this session tonight. I can't wait to hear your testimonies. I can't wait to hear your stories about how your life was radically changed. Like this is a defining moment for you. I can't wait to hear your stories. So go back and watch this next 3 days. Go watch it. I'm gonna leave it 3 days. 3 days is coming down, and we're gonna put it up on the website as a digital product. So write it down and get ready. Let me show y'all again because I need y'all to get ready for the where's that? I need y'all to get ready for the first product. Now we got another leadership shirt that we're working on as well. So we'll have merch, as my kids talk about all the time. We'll have merch. The kingdom of heaven is not in crisis, so we'll have merch on the website real soon, and I'll give you all the information. Also, make sure if you have not got the book, go next. Go get the book. Go next. Shifting you from your now to your next. Go next. Get the book right now. Go to Amazon and get it right now. And it'll bless you. It'll bless you real good. So, hey, God bless you. Oh, when is the mindset challenge? Stay post. I'll keep you posted. That's the word I'm trying to say. I'll keep you posted. And we're gonna do a mindset challenge. It's gonna be crazy too. It's gonna be insane. We're gonna work some NLP, neuro linguistic programming. We're gonna reprogram the mind, and I'm telling you, we're gonna learn how to think prosperity thoughts. We're gonna learn how to think money thoughts. We're gonna learn how to. It's gonna be crazy. I can't tell you, but stay posted. I'll keep you posted, and we will launch this challenge. It's gonna be off the chain. So I'm gonna let y'all go for tonight. Thank y'all for hanging again. for a little bit longer than normal. And God bless you. And I will see you soon. And hey, I can't leave without saying this. Remember, your best days, they're not behind you. As a matter of fact, your best day is not even in front of you. Your best days are right inside of you. So listen, it's time for you to unlock the best days of your life. I will see you all soon. God bless.